Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're all doing well. Today I am here to record sort of a bittersweet video. I am going to explain to you guys why I am moving back to JavaScript after my crazy journey with Elixir and Phoenix. So, for those who don't know, I work as a front-end developer and I have this YouTube channel where I record videos and tutorials about JavaScript, React, and the React meta frameworks like Remix, Astro, Next.js. And then, out of nowhere, I started getting bit by the JavaScript fatigue virus. I started feeling a little bit burned out by all the new crazy things coming to JavaScript, and I went on a crazy journey. I have videos about this journey, so I'll probably link them here somewhere so you can watch it. But I went on a crazy journey trying to look for a simpler alternative to web development. So I tried several different programming languages. I tried Ruby on Rails. I even gave Golang a chance. But in the end, I decided to stick with Elixir. And then I started studying Elixir. I started studying Phoenix, which is like the Ruby on Rails for Elixir. And I had a wonderful time. Really. So I spent a total of 6 months studying Elixir, Phoenix, and then building Tech School, which is my free side project using Elixir. And I had a blast, really. I went on a quest for simplicity and I found exactly what I wanted. I truly think that Elixir is better than JavaScript in every single aspect. I think it is easier, I think it is more performant, both on the front end and on the back end. You need less infrastructure to make it work. Like sometimes you would need like PM2 or Kubernetes to do some things on Node, and you don't have to use them on Elixir. You can just use Elixir. And there's so much stuff built in, like concurrency, parallelism. When a process crashes, it auto starts, it restarts because of the Elixir gen servers. And I forgot the name of the piece of code from Elixir that restarts the process. But anyways, that's not important. Like there's so much stuff built in Elixir. Elixir also have like a built-in formatter, a linter, so it's so much simpler. There's less things that I need to do in Elixir. They're built in, and on Phoenix as well. Phoenix is like a Ruby on Rails for Elixir. They have like authentication, they have all the routing, they have testing, everything. It's batteries included, pretty much. And we don't have that in JavaScript. We need to build everything from scratch, which is annoying. So I was happy with Elixir. And then I made the hard decision of going back to JavaScript. Now, just to be clear, I did all of this on my free time. I did not switch jobs. I did not migrate my career to the backend and Elixir. No. I only did this move on my free time and on my YouTube channel. So I started talking about Elixir more on my YouTube channel instead of just React, for example. So I was only doing this on the side. I still had a job as a front-end developer. I was still working as a React and Remix developer. And I started realizing some things. The first one is that it felt a little bit counterproductive to use 100% of my free time studying a language that I was not using on my job or on my career. So I was becoming better and better in Phoenix Live View, but I just could not use this knowledge on my job. So I started feeling that I was not wasting my time because I was learning something new. And I don't think that any knowledge is useless. All the knowledge is useful, in my opinion. But it was counterproductive. There were so many things going on in React and Next, and I had no idea. Like, I had no idea about server actions, no idea about React 19, the new React hooks, the new React compiler. So much stuff happened while I was off of React and spending my entire free time learning Elixir. And I started questioning myself and thinking, and like asking me if this is worth it, you know, if all this extra effort that I was using only on my side projects was worth it, because I cannot use that knowledge on my day job. So I made the difficult decision of going back to JavaScript. And the number one reason is it was counterproductive. So it just feels like a waste of time, to be honest, to learn something that I can't use elsewhere. I'm the type of person that enjoys analyzing the cost benefit of every single decision that I make, and the cost benefit of using one language on my side projects and another one on my day job was just not really good. And not only that, but sometimes I used two languages on my job, which is Ruby on Rails and JavaScript. So I was constantly context switching between three different languages. And every time I started coding on another language, I had to warm up my brain and tell myself something like, hey, okay, you stopped coding in Elixir. Now it's time to go back to OOP mode, okay? And then when I was coding my side projects, I was like, okay, turn off JavaScript, turn on Elixir, go back to the functional way. It was very counterproductive. The second reason is that since I started publishing Elixir content, the performance of my YouTube channel it decreased a little bit. And it makes sense because the interest in Next.js is a lot higher, because pretty much half of the developers out there are using either React or Node or some other React meta framework. So there are many more people looking for Next.js tutorials and content, and not as much people looking for Elixir content. So I expected my performance to decrease a little bit, but not as much as the one that I got at the end of the day. Now, some other things that I learned along the way is that, and I think they are as important to mention as these first two reasons, is that right now I have many years of experience working as a front-end developer, and I don't want to waste that. I have no plans of migrating to the backend, no plans of migrating to Elixir or to any other language. And some people even asked, like, hey Daniel, if you enjoy Elixir so much, why don't you get a job at Elixir? I know there are some jobs here that are nice. And I was like, look, even if I switched jobs, then for the rest of my life, I would be decreasing the jobs available to me. Because according to the Stack Overflow survey, I think 2% of developers are working professionally with Elixir and Phoenix, while like 40 or 50% are using Node. So I don't want to decrease my job pool. I think this is a very dangerous move career-wise, and I don't want to do it. I have no plans of migrating to the backend or other languages, okay? Another thing that is important, and I already mentioned it, is that I underestimated how time-consuming context switching is. I remember listening to people talking about this, and I thought, you know what? It's not a big deal, okay? I'm just switching between two languages. It's not that big of a deal. I have no problem switching languages. and I underestimated how hard that is. I mean, not hard, it's not hard, but it's time consuming. Like, turn off JavaScript, turn on Elixir, turn on Ruby, turn off Elixir, turn on object oriented, turn off functional programming. It's like, and there's a specific way of coding Elixir, there's a specific way of coding JavaScript. It's not just the syntax, the entire way of coding the language is different. So it was very time consuming, and it takes a while for my brain to warm up. So, like, sometimes I would get PRs on tech school. I would read the PR description and I would think, wow, I have no idea what this guy is doing. I need some time to warm up. I need to reread the code base so I can remind myself of what I did, and then I can read the PR again and approve or reject it. So, another thing that I already mentioned is that while I was immersed on the Elixir ecosystem, I missed many important updates to React. As I mentioned, React 19 was announced. Next.js is coming with the version 14, 15, now with new stuff coming to caching, partial pre-rendering, and I had no idea about any of this because I was so immersed into Elixir that I just missed those new updates. So I don't want this video to be so long, so I'm gonna finish it. Some final thoughts is I still think Elixir is the best language I've ever used until now. Maybe in the future I'll find a new language. I think Elixir is better than JavaScript in every single aspect, but I have way too much experience on JavaScript to waste that and to switch to another language. I have no plans of migrating to another language or to the backend. And the final reason why I'm deciding to go back to JavaScript on my side projects and on YouTube is that I just want to go back to the language that I know. I want to keep like reusing knowledge. I want to learn something on my side project and be able to use that knowledge on my job and vice versa. I want to learn something new about Next.js on my day job, and as a consequence, this new knowledge is going to help me on my side projects. And if I learn something new during my side projects, that is going to help me on my day job. So I want to have this nice cost benefit of like moving on the same direction on both my free time and on my day job. And yeah, I still think Elixir is the best language overall. The final reason why I decided to move back to JavaScript is mostly because of my job, not because I think JavaScript is superior to Elixir, because I don't think it is. I think Elixir is better. And in the end, knowledge is always better, okay? Having knowledge is better always than not having that knowledge. So I have zero regrets about this crazy journey. And if you're watching this video and thinking, oh wait, Daniel, but I actually enjoyed your Elixir content, so we are never going to talk about Elixir again? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that the focus of my channel and my side projects is gonna move back to JavaScript. But I still wanna talk about Elixir. I still wanna talk about Phoenix. If there's a new update coming to both, coming to live view, for example, I wanna record a video about it. The only thing that I'm saying is that now, instead of 100% of my videos and side projects being about Elixir, they're now mostly about JavaScript, and sometimes I'll bring Elixir and Phoenix to the mix, okay? And at the end of the day, JavaScript is an inefficient tool, but the entire world uses this same inefficient tool, and I got very proficient in using this inefficient tool. So for me, I am much faster using the same inefficient tool that I've been using my entire life. Okay, that's it. It's just a simple cost-benefit analysis that I did. And of course, I reflected about this decision a lot. And I also wanted to thank the entire Elixir ecosystem for helping me and being super welcoming to the ecosystem. I am very grateful to everyone that from the Elixir ecosystem that interacted with me on Twitter, on YouTube. I'm thankful to Elixir Mentor that invited me to go to his podcast. That was an amazing experience. So yeah, thank you all. And thank you so much for all the Elixir folks. You are amazing and extremely welcoming. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you next time.